What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video we got a little review of my AWE exhaust on my Audi S5. This exhaust is actually the same for the S4 and the S5. So if you have either car, they're gonna sound the same. So we're just gonna do a little startup, do some revs, we'll take it for a drive, kind of rip on it and see really what it sounds like. I've had this exhaust for, it actually came on the car, so I've had it for like 6 months now, 7 months. I've gotten to really experience it on like a daily basis to kind of see, you know, things I do like, things I don't like. There's a lot of things that are pretty awesome about this exhaust, and there's a few downsides, but you know, that's why I'm making this video, that's why you guys are watching. So without further ado, let's get to today's vid. Alright guys, so in terms of general appearance, you know, here are the tips. They stick out a little bit farther than the stock ones, but not really. You know, they got the little AWE Touring engraved into them. But you know, I think the black tips look really clean. A little bit bigger than the stock ones. It kind of fits that opening pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy though. Like, they look like, you know, pretty ordinary, pretty clean, but you know, you can still tell that the car has an exhaust on it. So as you guys heard in the beginning of the video, obviously I already cold started the car. So I'm gonna play that clip again in a few seconds. But the cold start on this exhaust is like absolutely mean and aggressive, and I think it's so cool. You know, it revs really high for a while and it's really kind of loud and obnoxious, but then after like, you know, a minute or two, it kind of kicks back down and it's more mellow. Nothing better than when a car is just like really in your face right on startup. So I think this exhaust is perfect for that. If you guys are, you know, looking for that kind of feel, then this is your exhaust. Now that we got the cold start out of the way, let's get into some revving. I'm gonna start the car up, I'm gonna rev it a bunch, and yeah, we'll see how it sounds. Alright guys, this is a semi-warm start on the AWE exhaust. As you guys can see, the car is like much kind of quieter once you start it up, once it's already warm. But that cold start is just very aggressive, and I think that's awesome. Let's get a few revs here. This exhaust is not valved, so it's gonna sound the same no matter if you're in comfort mode or dynamic or whatever, which kind of stinks. I wish it was valved, but we'll get more into that later. Let's get some revs. Let's do some revs here. This thing sounds so mean, guys. I think it's really like exactly what this car needs. This car is like a cool sports car, but you know, every sports car needs an exhaust. If it doesn't have an exhaust, it's like not that cool, but this exhaust just kind of turns this car into something like way more aggressive, and I think that's awesome. Alright, so as you guys heard, this exhaust is pretty loud and sounds super awesome. It sounds even cooler when you're driving. So we're gonna go in the car right now and we're gonna go take it for a spin and do some rips, and I'm hoping the camera can capture the sound really well while you're in the car, because it's like, I don't know, it really enhances the driving experience, and it honestly, it makes the car so much more fun to drive. So let's go do that. Alright guys, initially it's definitely much louder than the stock S4 or S5, but it's not, when you're going like kind of residential, like slow, like 30-ish, you know, it's not, there's not much drone. It just sounds really nice in between shifts. There's a little bit of burble there. It sounds really nice. I think this car on the low end, like, you know, lower gears when you're going slower, or just when you're like ripping through gears, it sounds much better than when you're just kind of on the highway. So when you're on the highway, it's still kind of loud, you know. There's really like a drone going. I'll show you guys that in a little while. But when you're on the highway, you know, you kind of can't really hear much, and that's my only complaint with this exhaust. Other than that, it's like immaculate. It sounds awesome. So yeah, let's go rip around and let's listen to it. All right, guys, we found a nice road down here in Mexico, and we're gonna send it. Let's go. This is a first gear pull. That sounds so beautiful, guys. It really just, I don't know, it really enhances the car, and it sounds like it's just so right for the car. It sounds like the car was meant to have this exhaust on it. All right, guys, we'll do another rip here, still down in Mexico. This is the second gear pull. I mean, yeah, it's like not too overly obnoxiously loud where you can't hear yourself when you're doing a pull, but it's nice and loud so that the car feels more sporty, it feels louder. And I don't know, I think it's like the perfect amount. I think it's the perfect tone, perfect sound, and I think it suits this car beautifully. So we're gonna get on the highway right now, and I'm gonna see if the camera can kind of capture what it sounds like on the highway and give you that drone experience. It's not that bad, but you know, when you're on like a 3-4 hour trip, it kind of begins to turn into a headache. But you know, if this is just your daily driver and you're going, you know, 15 minutes to work, it's no problem. But when I take this thing back to school, it's like a 4-hour drive, so there is a bit of drone. So that is my only complaint. Other than that, this exhaust is beautiful, sounds awesome. There's like a lot of like I was talking about driving it on the low end, there's like a lot of like burbles and like kind of backfires. Not like obnoxious where it sounds like an AK, but all right, guys, we're jumping on the highway now. See if I can't show you guys this drone sound. So let's get it. Like I was saying, this car is just so much fun. This exhaust really just tops it off. So I'm going about 70 right now. It's not too obnoxious, but like as I start going up this hill, if I pedal it a little more, it's just a little loud. You know, like those valved exhausts, you can't hear it at all on the highway if you decide to close the valves. But you know, I guess that's what you kind of get when you're getting a performance exhaust. You know, you're not going to get something that's quiet. So you know, it's kind of a give and take situation, and I think it's honestly completely worth it because the way this car sounds is just so awesome and it's just so much fun. But yeah, it's just a little loud like for long trips. It might be different though if you have the automatic, which has, you know, a 7-speed automatic clutch. I have a 6-speed manual, so it might sound a lot different when you have the automatic, you know, on the highway, because you have that extra gear, so it might not be revving as high. But I don't know, it might sound the same. But that's my only complaint. I think the exhaust still sounds great, and I'm obviously willing to deal with it on the 4-hour drives if you know, I still have the exhaust. We're gonna downshift here. See that? Oh, sounds so beautiful. Honestly though, nothing beats that supercharger sound. That sounds ridiculous, but the exhaust just pairs with that supercharger sound so beautifully. Let's get one last little ripski before we head home. Gotta get one last little rev for the boys. Alright guys, that's gonna end off today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. You know, if you're unsure of what exhaust you're kind of looking for, I hope I kind of helped you out with that. If you guys did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. It really helps out. Have any questions or comments, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, guys. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Peace out.